The power of his dream brings you here.
Part of the mentoring program, which is very important, is number one, we have to inquire. We first have to find out what the other person knows. No assumptions. You must know and be able to think like the other person thinks to give you a baseline. A lot of times I have done this and the people have surprised me and taught me a few things. This is why I really like to know. I can remember when we taught respect is to find value. I said to one of the kids at Life Choices, and I said to them, what is your understanding of the word fine? And they said, it's guaranteed. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's exactly that. I never thought of it that way. If you're looking for something, it might be there. But if it says go find, it means it's guaranteed. It is there. Just look properly. So it's very important that you inquire what the other person knows about the subject. Number two is demonstrate to them what you need. Basic. Nothing less than the basic. Okay? This is the ground zero when it comes to love. The ground zero principles of love is patient, kind, not self-seeking, holds no records of wrongs, and always looks for the good and tells the truth. Those are the bottom line. Anything else you want to do above that or any way you want to express that is entirely up to you. It's added extras, but those are the basics. So here, I shared the basic stick figure of what I'm looking for. Now they send me back KK, again in red. Make sure all the elbows are there. Fantastic. I'm looking at the hair. Brilliant. Eyebrows nice and thick. Ears with earrings. Brilliant. So there's the basics, and they're adding more. And the nice thing about this process is when you first ask a person, they give you just the bare basics. And then you can see a few people start to add extras to it. And here we have the earrings, and I'm looking at the feet, and the feet are there. That is perfect. That is the evaluation process. First inquire, demonstrate what you require, then evaluate that the other person understands. If they don't, you go through the process again until they understand. It's your role as the leader to make sure that they understand. Then the next part, let's go to Ruby. Ruby, eyes, ears, now it's nice, long hair, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. You guys are absolutely fantastic. You aced it 100%. So there, I have explained complete communication as we learned last week, and you have demonstrated that you know what I am talking about, and the two of us both understand the process. Now, why this is such an incredible part of your leadership is we will inquire what people know, we will demonstrate it, then we ask the question, do you understand? And they go, of course I do. There's no ways they're going to say, no, I'm stupid, I'm thick, I want to lose my job, I don't know what you're talking about. They will just admit and say, yes, I know what you're talking about. Then tomorrow you come back and they're not getting it right. Why? Because you haven't completed the process. People must play it back to you. One of the ways is, do you understand? Yes. Now repeat it back to me that you understand. And sometimes it's a bit uncomfortable. So they go, oh, well, okay, I wasn't really listening, until they get it right. So those are 3 of the 4 that is required in mentoring. Number 1, you inquire. Number 2, you demonstrate what is required. Then number 3, you evaluate to make sure they understand it like you. The nice thing about this is if somebody, so like I come to Ruby and I come to KK, I pull them into the office and I say, hey guys, you and I both know you can get this right. You and I both know you even added extras. Ruby, you gave nice long hair. KK, you put earrings in. And when we walked away from this table, you completely understood it. And you've done an incredible job. And I'm so glad I hired you. But recently, I am not getting the basics. I know it's not your ability because you have demonstrated to me that you have the ability. So what is it that is in your way and hindering you from giving just at least the basics? Is it that you're overworked? Is it that you're underpaid? Is it that you are working too late? There are certain factors that we bring into play to be able to check that. And then that's the amazing thing, because you're never going to be hard on the person. You're always going to focus on finding a solution. Number 4 is the key to everything as a servant leader. And this is where you as a servant leader, where you will pay a price to get the nice. And it won't be easy, but it is worth it. Number 1 for mentoring is inquire. Number 2, demonstrate. Number 3, evaluate. Number 4 is walk the walk with them. Walk their walk with them. A servant leader walks the walk with the people. You must walk with the people that you are mentoring, the people you are discipling. You cannot just give them information and leave them on their own. You have to walk the walk until they get to that place where they are stable. I always say it's like a bicycle. When you teach people how to ride a bicycle, it's kind of a strange process. You go to a person and you say, do you know what a bicycle is? Yes, I do. Do you know how to ride a bicycle? Yes, I do. And then you get to point B and they don't arrive. You go back to point A and say, where are you? I thought you said you know how. Well, I've never actually been on a bicycle. Okay, well, get on the bicycle. Do you understand this is the process? Yes, I do. Then you go to point B and they don't arrive. Then you come back and you go, and now what's the problem? Now I keep on falling off. I keep on getting hurt. I just can't climb back on this bike. But the way we train people to ride on a bicycle is how? We put training wheels on either side. You need people to walk alongside a person to keep them straight, to keep them on the path. Then when you are walking side by side, what eventually happens? You take one wheel away and they lean heavily to the side that there's still a wheel. They come to the middle field, they're going to fall over, then they pull back. And then what happens thereafter? Then you take the second wheel away. And they're all wobbly, but it's okay because you hold the saddle, right? And then you walk the walk with them riding the bicycle until eventually you know when it's right to let it go. They might disagree with you and scream and shout and say, oh, you let go of my saddle. It's okay. And falling is part of the process. But then they can get to ride and you ride alongside them and you share their journey with them. So the 4 things when it comes to mentoring are inquire, demonstrate, evaluate, and then walk the walk.
The power of his dream brings you here. His man, Sean Carlard.